Just yesterday, there was a mass shooting at a light rail train yard here in San Jose. Yeah, I heard about that. First thing I thought of when I heard the news was Graham and Jordan on Status Quo both saying mass shootings, something to the effect of coming soon to a town near you. And sure enough, there it is. Even in hyper-progressive Silicon Valley, I wish that reputation was even halfway accurate. I was watching the news today, over 232 mass shootings this year, 100 more than last year. I mean, even Gavin Newsom, who I'm very critical of, not a huge fan of, said, "What's wrong with America? What's wrong with us?" Like, that guy is such a neoliberal, such a politician, but he even was like, sounded like he was emotional about it. He was like, "What the hell's wrong with us?" Seriously, this doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. I don't want like, it doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. We're having an average of a mass shooting a day. More than that. We've had 232. We're not halfway through the year. It's insane. Yay, we're back to normal since the pandemic. This is what back to normal is: a mass shooting every day and a cop killing just about every day, every week. Tomorrow or the next day, within the next week, there will be another mass shooting. And it'll be done by a male, almost assuredly a male. Women don't do mass shootings. So guys, what the fuck's up with that? Probably a white male. And, you know, probably a history of mental illness with easy access to guns. If the next mass shooting doesn't have those qualifications, it'll at least have one of them. It'll at least have one of them. If it doesn't, another one will have all those qualifications. Yeah, here's the questions to ask. How did the shooter get the weapons? How did they get them? Because like people say, I've heard like gun supporters say, well, Chicago has the strictest gun laws in the country, and look at all the shootings they have. Yeah, because they drive across the border to Indiana that has easy gun laws, and they buy guns legally. Or people in Indiana buy a bunch of guns legally and then sell them on the street for double the price or triple the price. They report them stolen. They file off the serial number and sell them on the street. How hard is that? So that's the argument. Well, we don't need strict gun laws. Look, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work when the state next over, you can, you know, kids can just fucking buy them at a goddamn Toys R Us or whatever. Keep shooting each other, America. Okay. Hey, Second Amendment people, just keep living in masses. So what's the solution? Give everybody a gun? What's the solution? Give teachers guns? That's insanity. That's no other country does this. Just talk to anyone from another country and ask them about this. It's fucking stupid. There's going to be another mass shooting. So that's Wingbird America. Violent madness. Yeah, more people are dying from all over from no healthcare and poverty. Yeah. Yep. It's not an either or. Again, but more people die from they don't have healthcare. Yeah, that's also awful. What's wrong with America, the richest country in the history of the world? We shouldn't have a mass shooting every day. No one should be dying because they don't have healthcare. There shouldn't be people living in the streets. All these problems can be fixed. You don't have to pick. It's not either or. It's just, it's preposterous. But all right, America, just it's a form of insanity to defend this and downplay and say it's not that big of a deal. This is what people who are addicts or who lived in an alcoholic addict home and make excuses. It's like, you know, your husband or your wife is drunk all the time and they get DUI and they keep getting fired. Yeah, but I mean, I've seen you get a little too drunk too. You know, they make excuses. Well, the boss was a dick. No, you showed up to work drunk. That's why you got fired. You know what I mean? The cop was an asshole. Cops can be assholes, but you were drunk driving, so you got a DUI. Even if the cop was a dick, you were drunk driving, which is putting other people's lives at risk. Oh, what am I supposed to drink? Water every day? Like, it's just that same crazy, oh, you can't take my gun. All right, cool. Everyone gets a gun? You and your children aren't safe. Does that make you feel good? Texas just now, like anyone can buy a gun now without any background checks? Okay. Mark my words. Today is May 27th. A year or two from now, whenever that, a couple years from when that law was just enacted and is becomes official in Texas, maybe it just became official or it's going to, whenever. Mark my words, 2 years from that date, Texas will have more shootings. Texas will have more shootings. Texas will have more gun deaths than they did prior to that law. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Prove me wrong. Remember this day. Yeah. Texas is going to have more power outages because they didn't fix the power outage problem from March. Remember when their power went out? Because we're Texas, we're all alone. And a bunch of oil guys got them off of federal regulation back like in the 1930s or 40s or something like that. Their power's going to go out again and they're going to have more shootings. And there's going to be another mass shooting in America within the next 5 days. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Yeah, but okay, you like mass shootings. You like, so give your kids a gun. So if everyone has a gun, you think that's going to make less shootings? Okay. Why do we need driver's license? Just anyone can have a car. Why have a DMV? Why take a driver's exam? Driving's a privilege, but owning a gun is a right. Cars kill people. Yeah. And you have to go to school and you can lose your license if you keep getting in accidents or get a DUI. If you fail the driver's exam, you don't get it. If your eyesight goes bad, you lose your driver's license. When you get too old, you lose it. It's gone. You lose it's a privilege. The state can take your privilege, your driving privileges away. And cars have all these safety laws. The car of today is 100 times safer than the car of 50 years ago. Guns today, more lethal. So there goes that argument. I just blew that argument away. Next argument. Next argument you want to lose with? Next. Australia had a really horrific shooting in Tasmania in the early 90s. And they said that, and the country overwhelmingly said, we're done. They passed all this strict regulation. They made guns really hard to get. You can still own them if you're like a rancher or something. It's really hard to get. And gun deaths have gone down. How did that happen? Oh, there's no NRA. The NRA is a gun lobby, right? And every time there's a mass shooting, gun sales go up. So they infuse fear. And the NRA spends money primarily with the Republican Party, but they still spend on Democrats. Like AIPAC spends a little more with the Democrats than they do with Republicans, but they still spend across both parties. It's the same thing with the NRA. And they use fear mongering and propaganda. You know, I see some propaganda like showing like a guy, I don't know, something somebody put on. It was supposed to be some joke thing. And it was like a guy having sex like he's a woman or something like that. And it's basically saying this guy's a pussy. And it says the guys that have sex like this are the same guys that want gun control. And someone was like, ha, 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 ha. And I was like, oh yes, the American male, so easily propagandized by the NRA to think that their masculinity is tied to owning a weapon. The gun lobby thanks you. You push any of those pro gun talking points? Guess that the gun lobby thanks you. They thank you so much. Like it's just like when you say, "Are we going to pay for Medicare for all?" Big Pharma thanks you. Big Anthem Blue Cross, they thank you. The gun lobby thanks you. So I need a gun for protection. Do you think your gun makes you immortal? You're still going to die, right? What if society collapses and I don't have a gun? Like the crazy survivalists always they can't wait for society to collapse so they can just run around and kill people and be fucking savages. They can't wait for that shit. They can't wait for everything to turn into the road. What are you doing when society collapses? What are you going to do? punch my way. I'm out. Punch my ticket. I'm done. If society just becomes like mayhem and there's just roving gangs in the streets and people are just getting raped and killed, what the fuck do I want to live in that world for? I'm done. If I can't surf, tell jokes, and watch baseball, fuck this. I'm out. We got to preserve the human race. Do we? We're so stupid we got to kill each other? Do we need to survive? Because species that don't evolve go extinct. Did you know that? Species that don't evolve go extinct. That's Mother Nature. She doesn't give a shit about your Second Amendment. If you keep acting like a fucking idiot, she's literally going to go, all right, we're done. You want to buy an AR-15 rather than have reasonable laws to reverse climate? The climate's going to collapse and your AR-15 is not going to be, I don't know if you know this. So when there's no more breathable air or drinkable water, you're not going to be able to shoot it with your AR-15. That's like, I don't know, your AR-15 you couldn't kill COVID with. Like, I'm going to kill. That's why I'm going to beat up Asians. What the fuck? Blaming Chinese people for COVID is like blaming hurricanes on Barbados. Goddamn people in Barbados keep running around in circles. They're causing hurricanes. So your gun can't stop climate collapse. Couldn't stop a pandemic. If you want to just shoot your neighbor, then you got all these guns. I got these guns, trap burning this one. Eventually, if society collapses and you're in your fortress with your militia and all your guns, you know what someone's going to do? They're just going to burn you out. I'm in my fortress with my guns. They're just going to set your fields on fire. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. They're going to smoke you out till you smoke to death and die. They're going to cut off your food supply. They're going to contaminate your water. That's how savage tribal shit will go down. That's how that'll work. So then what with your AR-15? Society collapses. You better be ready. Okay, they got a dentist in the apocalypse. When society collapses, you have a dentist, you have a chiropractor, you have an eye doctor. Because let me tell you something, little root, and we saw that this pandemic, kids. Think we're so tough. Be ready. Okay, yeah. What are you gonna do when the food supply? Grow my own food. Okay, again, someone can burn your crops. What do you do when you twist your ankle? Don't just go to the doctor and get it taken care of. We saw that when COVID, the hospitals were overrun and routine. What are you going to do if you have a heart attack or a stroke or just shortness of breath? There's no doctor to go to because society's collapsed because you didn't want gun laws. And you kept voting for idiot Nazis and fascists, either in the Democratic or Republican Party. I'm sorry, what happened? No, I just want you to see what this I'm going to live off the grid with my guns world looks like. It's going to be horrific. It's going to be horrific. Yeah. I just want you to know what happens. Yeah. What happens? What happens if your appendix bursts? Just rush you to the hospital. We'll just do appendicitis. It's a routine operation. Oh, wait, no, there are no hospitals because society collapsed. What's going to happen? What happens if you have an impacted molar? What's going to happen? Shortness of breath. Maybe you got a weird valve or a clogged artery. Oh, you're dead. You're done. Your AR-15 is not going to prevent that. So you can't shoot your heart attack. Okay. Next dumb question. Just keep saying stupid shit and I'll shoot down all of your dumb. I've heard all of these before. What's next? What do you want to do with your gun? Gun? Yeah. Okay. What do you do when your neighbor turns on you? What if your neighbor has a bunch of guns and they just decide to turn on you because you have all the food and they don't, and they've got kids and your kids are grown or whatever? Then what? Then what happens when your neighbor turns on you? People turn on each other. It happened in Europe when the Nazis gained power in certain countries. Some of the people watch these documentaries like, oh God, we were in Hungary and our neighbors, they turned on us because the Nazis came in and they just went with the most powerful team and they turned on you. People that work together, like community gardens and let's all work together, they'll survive. But just gun, me, selfish gun, you're done. You're done. Fall down a flight of stairs. There's no hospital to go to. I'm in a soft cast for 6 weeks, but then I'll be good. And then I do physical therapy. There's no physical therapy. That's gone, done. Okay. Then what? Eyes go bad. I'll just go to the Walgreens and buy a pair of readers. No, those are done. Gone. Those got smashed. Okay, next. Got a nice dog. Oh, your neighbors ate your dog because there was no more food. Then the storms and the hurricanes because of climate collapse. Well, you'll just shoot the hurricane with your AR-15, right? That'll stop the storms. Floods. Oh, brush fires are going to start. You live in some place like California where there's dry climates. What about if we have a massive drought anywhere? Climate goes out. Brush fires. But there's no fire department with helicopters dropping water and all this coordinated. That's all gone. So the brush fire, you're going to shoot the brush fire with the AR-15? I'm just asking. I'm just trying to figure this out. You're going to shoot the brush fire? Floods? You're going to shoot the flood? Gun, flood, flood. Gun, flood. Shoot the flood. Shoot the flood. Is that what you're going to do? Yep. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. That's going to be a full segment. It'll be survival of the fittest and craziest. Shoot the flood. Mad Max Future. Does that sound fun? Is that really, you want to live in a mad, like people are like, I know you guys are laughing, but like people are like, yeah, survivalists. You want to live in that world? It's awful. This fucking candy ass country couldn't go 3 goddamn months. The first 2 months of the pandemic was like everyone working together. We got to protect the elderly and people with pre-existing conditions. And we're going to go out and bang our pots and say, yay, and support, essential workers. That was really cool. Everybody working. We're all in this together. By the month 3, everyone started complaining. Goddamn London got bombed every day for 3 years straight during World War II. The Nazis bombed London every day. And the Brits would just go down into the tube, which is the subway. Those were the bomb shelters, and just boom, 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 just hell from above, just destruction. And they just say, stiff upper lip, carry on, cheerio. They did that for 3 years. This candy ass country, by the 3rd month, we're like, we're going to take over the Michigan Capitol because we can't get a haircut. I've got my gun. I need my gun. I'm scared of everything, so I'm going to shoot it. Gun. Great. Then everyone just got selfish. The big cities, the small towns. Oh, fuck it. I'm not wearing a mask. Yeah, Nana had a good run. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.